Here, yeah.
Ready for us.
Okay.
¿Listo?
Okay, record. ¿Traducción o no?
¿Traducción o qué?
Dale, dale.
Sir, welcome to Colombia. Tell us about the experience of being with your team here.
Well, as you know, we've had Colombian riders in TeamSky right from the beginning, actually, with Rigoberto and then Sergio Luis. And then Sebastian came on board, and now we've got Egan, who's probably one of the biggest, prospects in world cycling. And Sergio and Rigo and Sergio and Sebastian have told me a lot about Colombian cycling, about the culture of Colombia, and I'm kind of interested to come and see their background, their culture, come and see where their families are from and understand more about Colombian cycling, because when you look at the World Tour and the Tour de France and the number of international countries that are represented at the highest level, now Colombia has more and more riders at the highest level. So for me, I want to come and see what you guys are doing, because I want to learn, because there's something that you're doing which is really, really good in cycling. And so it's just a nice experience for me to come here, come with the guys. They're so proud. The Colombian guys are very proud to race in front of their home supporters, which they don't get to do that often. The other guys in the team are very proud to have the Colombian riders in the team. And of course it makes me very, very proud to be able to come here with TeamSky and say thanks to the Colombian fans and Colombian people, really, for giving us so many fantastic riders.
What you saw until now about this, about the riders, about the country?
Yeah, I like their attitude. They've got the Colombian riders have got great attitude. They work hard. They communicate well. And I think they just, when they step up and come to Europe, they just need that bit of structure. And it's interesting having, because we're a, if you like, an Anglo-Saxon. TeamSky has its culture, which developed really from a European culture, and then to bring guys from Colombia into that culture, we had to learn how to support the riders, to get them to feel the best they could be, so that they could perform to the highest level. So we've tried to learn and adapt to that, and of course they've tried to learn and speak English a little bit and tried to learn our culture. But sport, top level of sport. I've just come from the Super Bowl and went to the basketball in America on my way here. And sport's global now. It's not just one country. It's a global thing at the highest level. So I think we have to be very, very open-minded to learn about global cultures and international cultures other than our own, to be able to do the jobs that we do. So, but hey, listen, it's a great country and it's fantastic to be here.
You say a word is altitude. Maybe it's possible to have a training here, thinking about the altitude.
Attitude and altitude. Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes we've been in training, pre-season training here in Colombia.
So the guys have been here already. They've been here for 10 days before the national championships, and it's gone very, very well. It was a very good training camp, and they were at altitude, and so that's worked very, very well. So now we go back and do a debrief, and I'm sure we'll be back again.
Let's talk about the Froome case. What do you think about it? All the time have passed, the possibility to be in Giro or be in Tour.
Well, you've got to say it's a difficult situation. It's a difficult situation, and we've had to think hard about how do we manage this. For me, there's no question. He's done nothing wrong. No question. And this now should really be a confidential process for him. And to be fair to him, he has the right. He's got no charge. He has the right to demonstrate that there's no problem.
What is the position of Sergio Luis, taking into account the situation of Froome?
Oh, no problem. I think it's been the teams always. We support each other. The riders support each other. They have confidence in each other. They trust each other. And in this situation, it's difficult. I'd be crazy if I didn't say it was difficult. And it's we want the UCI to lead the sport, and you've got the world rules. And then obviously then you've got the team and the individuals. My role is to look after the team, look after the individuals, but also I've got to think about the sport in general. But I believe he's innocent. It should still be confidential. It should never be made public at this point. And so everybody, I think, is entitled to a fair process. So that's why I think at the minute that's the approach that we've taken, is to support him and make sure that we do what we can to have a fair process, even though I do understand it's a very difficult situation for everybody.
Have you an idea of when can finish this year? I think.
Well, we want it to be as fast as possible. You know, it's we would like this to go as quickly as possible, because for us, it's the longer it is for us and for Chris himself, the more difficult it is. We want this sorted out and all done. But equally, it needs to be done correctly, and there's a process. So on the one hand, you've got to be okay. We've got to be fair and have the process. On the other hand, everybody wants this to be done quickly and to finish, and we'll make a decision. So we're trying to move as quickly as we can to try and get to a situation where everybody can say okay, and we can move on.
One question some people made: when you have the bad reading of Sergio Ruiz blood testing, you put a part of competition, and you made a statement about that. Why you don't make a statement about this case in Froome case?
Yeah, okay. So it actually the two situations were quite different. You know, with Sergio Luis, we did some testing where he came back to Colombia, but the situation with Chris is there's no. He's not been charged with anything at the minute. He's just been asked to provide information, and it should be confidential. That's the thing. It should be a confidential process. So we've looked at each situation on its merits, and let's not forget. You know, the reality is the situation's dynamic. It's changing. It'll evolve. You know, and it's moving. So we've got to be watching very carefully and make some very difficult decisions. But at this moment, we believe that, you know, they totally back him. You know, we feel that he should have a fair treatment, and we should stick to the process, and we stick to the rules of the UCI, to their rules. The rules of the sport are there. We follow the rules. So that's why on this occasion we're taking the decision that we are.
Thanks a lot.
No problem. No problem.
Welcome every time you
Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.